Edwards, of course, who has won the feature race today, and can he do it again? The same jockey anyway, Tom Morgan.
Well, Tom, you had a disappointment when Kissan dropped out of this race, but Bob Tisdall looks a pretty useful substitute.
Yes, the way the ground's turned out now, like, Bob has a chance, but very disappointed over the other horse. Like, it was a big disappointment to me, but that's the way things go. That's, you know, and I think he's got, the horse from Riding has a very good chance.
When at Doncaster you carried lumps of weight, you made a lot of the running, and you couldn't have won more easily.
Yes, and jumped very well. Jumping really helped me that day, because he's popping away 12-5, and he's won going away really in the end.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's great, Tom.
Bob Tisdall on the red colours of KSL's side, has a lot of horses on the flat, a lot of successful horses over jumps as well. Enjoys his jumping as well as his flat racing. This is a good horse, make no mistake. Even though John Edwards sadly didn't have Kissan in this, he's got a very good representative here in Bob Tisdall. 3 miles to go here, and as we've seen in previous races, although some of the winners are coming up the hill, a lot of the beaten horses are not doing so. And just that shot there indicates how bare some of the ground is after a day and a half's racing on it. Now, Tonight's the Night is just going down there in the well-known colours of John Poynton, and Tonight's the Night from the Dickinson stable. Mrs. Dickinson, well, I hear that Tony Dickinson's down here today, but in fact is watching from his hotel just on the opposite side of the course. His knees aren't so good at the moment, I believe, but good luck to you, Tony, here. Anyway, Monica Dickinson has saddled this one, and he's in great form. He's had 3 wins in a row now, and having fallen first to mount, but he does jump, this fellow. Even though he fell first to mount, you watch this one come off the ground. The West Awake in the orange colours with the blue seams there, the colours of Mrs. Christopher Heath, and this very successful partnership. They don't have a bad horse, I can tell you. They've already had a winner this afternoon, the Sherwood team, and the owners, Mr. and Mrs. Christopher Heath, and that was with Rebel Song in the opener. Well, the West Awake's a horse I've been in love with ever since he came from Ireland, and he hasn't disappointed me. In all 5 runs this time, he's either won or he has been second. Well, Mount Parsons, he's on everyone's lips. We've heard from everyone. Let's hear from Paddy McCormack, his jockey.
Well, Paddy, you've been praying for this soft ground for weeks, and I imagine it's come up soft enough for you now.
It's come at the right time now. Delighted to see the rain. It was good ground early when we got over here on Sunday, and just glad to see the rain coming. It's great, you know. He likes the soft ground.
Well, this horse is one of the bankers for the Irish anyway, but of course his trainer, Peter McCreary, died a month ago. You worked for the family for years. I guess everybody in Ireland's hoping he'll win today.
I think so, yes. The horse got a great reception in Punchestown when he won. It was young Peter's first runner as a trainer, and he got a great reception there, and I'd hope he'd get a great reception today if he comes home and look that hill in front.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks very much.
Yes, he can be assured of a great reception, and so can Paddy McCormack, you know. He got out of racing for a couple of years to work in a factory. He's back in the saddle now. Wouldn't it be a marvellous place to have a good winner here? A lot of horses with a chance here, though. Harley, Halfpenny Well, Highway Express, Lan Rouge, Lolly's Boy from Mercy Rymel's yard. But Mount Parsons and the West Awake seem to be the two. There's Lan Rouge, sweating a bit from Homer Scott's yard. Lan Rouge with top-class form, but he has fallen on 3 occasions. Let's hope he doesn't today, because he'll be there at the finish. And so will Peter O'Sullivan. Let's go to him now.
Thank you, Richard. 14 runners with 19 fences to jump this time. The West Awake 3-1 favourite, 4-1 Mount Parson and Bob Tisdall, and 9-2 Tonight's the Night. They're asked to turn and come in again, 12-1 Bar. All crowding over towards the far rail. This looks a possibility. And they're away. The West Awake 11-4, the last show. And as they come to the first, Harley lands just in the lead from Botany Bay on the near side. Rodney Bay, I should call him, on the near side. Harley from Rodney Bay and Sporting Mariner. Then Lolly's Boy, they're going a very good gallop. Mount Parson comes next, followed by Bob Tisdall and the West Awake. Harley lands in the lead, and Bob Tisdall makes a slight mistake at that one. Jumping it last was Halfpenny Well, and they run down now to another plain fence before the water. Harley, Sporting Mariner and Lolly's Boy. Rodney Bay on the far side with Mount... Oh, Mount Parson has gone! No, he's recovered, amazing recovery, but he's brought down Rodney Bay. That was an amazing recovery. I thought he'd really gone there. Rodney Bay went, hampered by Mount Parson, who's right up there with Harley now, with Lolly's Bay in between them and Bob Tisdall towards the outside. And behind them, Wiley Yeoman. The Westerwake jumped that very sluggishly indeed, that first ditch, and he's only got 2 behind him. They're running to another plain one, and Mount Parson has taken it up at the 6th now from Harley on the inside, and then Bob Tisdall and Wiley Yeoman on the far side. Then just in behind them, Pembrokeshire Lad, and then the Westerwake as they make towards another ditch. Mount Parson and Harley disputing it from Bob Tisdall. And behind them, Lolly's Boy. As they race uphill on the first circuit, Harley and Mount Parson disputing it from Bob Tisdall and Lolly's Boy. Then Yeoman Broker. Behind Yeoman Broker is Lan Rouge with Highway Express next and Pembrokeshire Lad on the inner, and the Westerwake behind them as they come down to the 8th. Harley on the inside of Mount Parson, and then Bob Tisdall. And Nautical Joker's gone there. Nautical Joker follower, he's up all right, so's Chris Grant, both on their feet and appearing to be quite unscathed as they jump the 9th, the leaders. Harley, Mount Parson, Bob Tisdall, Dolly's Boy, Yeoman Broken and Lan Rouge. And this will be the last on the next circuit. Number 10 this time. Harley and Mount Parson from Bob Tisdall and Lolly's Boy. And Yeoman Broker on the inside, and well up with them is Pembrokeshire Lad, and these are being followed by the Westerwake. Upsides with the Westerwake is Tonight's the Night, as the leaders race towards number 11. Harley and Mount Parson still disputing it. Bob Tisdall on the outside with Yeoman Broker, Pembroke Lad. And there, Tonight's the Night has gone. Tonight's the Night, a faller at that one. So the field thinning out a little. They're both up, horse and rider. Harley on the inside of Mount Parson. The Westerwake is making steady progress just in behind the leaders as they come to this one. Mount Parson, Harley, Bob Tisdall, Yeoman Broker and the Westerwake as they come down to the water for the second and last time. Mount Parson lands in the lead from Bob Tisdall and Yeoman Broker. Harley on the inside, the Westerwake, Pembroke Lad coming to the 3rd of the ditches now. Mount Parson landed in the lead there from Yeoman Broker and Bob Tisdall. On the inside, Harley, then the Westerwake still improving just in behind him. 5 from home. Mount Parson lands in the lead from Yeoman Broker. Mistake by Bob Tisdall at that one. So it's Mount Parson for Ireland in the lead now from Yeoman Broker. Another for Josh Gifford in second place, with the Westerwake improving 3rd on the outside of Harley as they come to the final ditch. 4 from home. And Mount Parson a faller. Mount Parson has gone at that one and left. Pembrokeshire Lad has gone as well. And Yeoman Broker has been left in front of the Westerwake. Then Harley, then Bob Tisdall, then Lan Rouge. These 5 a long way clear of Highway Express as they run downhill now towards the next in the Sun Alliance Novices chase with 3 fences left to jump, and Yeoman Broker in the lead from the West Awake. Richard Rowe from Simon Sherwood with Bob Tisdall on the outside. Coming down now to the third last. Yeoman Broker lands in the lead from the West Awake. Bob Tisdall. Then comes Lan Rouge, and behind Lan Rouge is Harley. Racing now towards the second last. The Yeoman Broker on the inside of the West Awake. The West Awake, Yeoman Broker, Bob Tisdall is in third. Yeoman Broker landed in the lead there from the West Awake in second. Bob Tisdall third. Racing round the home turn now with 1 fence left to jump in the Sun Alliance Novices chase, and the West Awake has taken it up now and is sprinting towards the last, clear of Yeoman Broker and Bob Tisdall. It's the West Awake looking as though he's got 1 fence between himself and victory now. Bob Tisdall moves into second. The West Awake jumps it well. Bob Tisdall jumped it second. The West Awake and Simon Sherwood clear of Bob Tisdall, Yeoman Broker and Lan Rouge as they race into the closing stages. The West Awake and Simon Sherwood complete a famous double here at Cheltenham this afternoon for the Sherwoods and for the Heaths, with the West Awake the winner, second Bob Tisdall, third Yeoman Broker, and fourth was Lan Rouge. Those are the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Sun Alliance Novices chase. First, number 15, the West Awake, owned by Mrs. Christopher Heath, trained by Oliver Sherwood and ridden by Simon Sherwood. Second was number 1, Bob Tisdall, owned by Kais Al Said, trained by John Edwards and ridden by Tom Morgan. And third was number 17, Yeoman Broker, owned by Mrs. Heather Elwyn and Mr. Roger Elwyn, trained by Josh Gifford and ridden by Richard Rowe. Fourth was number 6, Lan Rouge.
Well, it was a race of incident. There were several incidents early on, but coming down the hill, look for the colours at the back, the yellow colours of Peter Pillar. This is Nautical Joke, way at the back of the field, just jumping now, and by golly, he didn't half miss. And rolls over there. Chris Grant goes away into the safety of the outer field. But there were still plenty of them travelling. And now just watch here, because Mount Parsons, who is on the inside of the leading 2, is the horse that is the one we all thought would win here. Just watch as he goes in and completely miscues there and was fallen before he hit the ground. Unfortunately, following on behind, we have Pembrokeshire Lad, who goes right over the top of him there, and Halfpenny Well, that was the other faller. And from there on, it was Yeoman Broker who goes for home. As they come home, Yeoman Broker in the yellow colours for Josh Gifford, but the West Awake in the blinkers there is absolutely cantering. Bob Tisdall is in the red colours. He made several mistakes earlier on. Lan Rouge just behind him, and at this stage, it looks as if it's going to be Josh Gifford's Yeoman Broker and the West Awake. The West Awake goes on here, really finds some toe, and remember, he won the Sun Alliance hurdle a year ago. Now he becomes the first horse to win a Sun Alliance chase as well. And would you believe it, that this one who wins in the colours of Mr. Christopher Heath, who had also won the first race with Rebel Song, both horses came from that good Irish trainer, Arthur Moore. Up the hill, the blinkers keep this horse going. He's genuine, just makes him concentrate, and the West Awake comes away for a lovely double for Mrs. Christopher Heath, trainer Oliver Sherwood, and for jockey Simon Sherwood. Bob Tisdall gallantly in second place, but the winner of the Sun Alliance, the West Awake.
So Simon Sherwood joins Richard Rowe on the 2-winner mark at the Cheltenham Festival. And Simon, of course, rides Cabby's Crown, the second favourite in tomorrow's Tote Gold Cup. The new favourite for the Gold Cup is, or the new warm favourite is Play School, who's shortened from 4-1 to 3-1 overnight. The new betting, 3-1 Play School, 6-1 Cabby's Clown, 7-1 Kildimo on the Drift, 8-1 Charter Party, Forgive and Forget and Rhyme and Reason, and 10-1 Bar. Those are Ladbrokes prices. Here are the starting prices on the Sun Alliance chase. The winner, West Awake, the 11-4 favourite. Second, Bob Tisdall, 4-1. Third,